Hello friends! In today's video I will show you a very simple and very effective double effect card trick. This trick is not a difficult one. You will be able to perform it anytime you want. It doesn't require dexterous hands, it doesn't require years of training, it doesn't require any secret techniques that you have to learn for a long time. It's very simple. Just repeat the secret of the trick after me. Naturally, I'll tell you the secret. For the trick, I need an ordinary deck of cards. Let's shuffle it around a little bit. We've shuffled the cards, and we're ready to begin. The first thing we'll do is divide the deck into 3 piles. The trick can be shown to 1 spectator or 2 spectators, but since I don't have a spectator right now, I'll also be the spectator. So first of all, I will divide the deck into 3 approximately equal piles. The spectator will shuffle these piles, and I'll shuffle this pile. I'll shuffle it the way I know how, the way I want to shuffle it, and then I'll put it back. The spectator will shuffle this pile in the same way. Since the spectator is not present now, I will shuffle it myself, and this pile will be shuffled by our spectator in the same way. Now we're going to cover it all with cards, and now, friends, I'm going to take 2 cards as a prediction. So, first of all, let me take, for example, this card. And I'll take, let's say, this card. We'll take the cards themselves, we'll divide them roughly in half, and we'll put them in front of the cards that I've chosen. Dear spectator, you will now have to do a small but very simple action. Namely, you will take a small number of cards from each stack, turn them over, and change places. And that's what we're going to do 4 times. So we take the first time, turn them over, and change places. Then we take the second time, approximately in the center of the deck, turn it over, and change places. Now we take it a third time, turn it over, and swap the same way. Now pay attention, my dear viewer, you've done everything yourself. You picked up as many cards as you wanted, and moved them to another stack, right? I'm not cheating, I'm telling the truth, right? Now I'm going to take this trim, and I'm going to finish it. Just like that, we're going to take and trim the shirts up one last time. Now our manipulation of the cards is complete. And what do we have, my dear viewer? Let's see. What cards have you settled on? You stopped at the 5 of hearts and you stopped at the 10 of clubs. By a completely random coincidence, which I had nothing to do with, it turned out that I knew in advance which cards you were going to stop on. And so it was the duplicates of those cards that I chose. For the 5 of hearts, I chose the 5 of diamonds. And for the 10 of clubs, I chose the 10 of spades. But that's not all, friends. I told you the trick is a double effect. When you dealt the cards, you unwittingly put all the black cards in this pile and all the red cards in this pile. That's the trick, folks. Before we move on to the tutorial, I ask you to please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and write some comments to help promote this video. And we'll move on to the tutorial. Alright friends, welcome to the tutorial. See guys, first of all, the trick requires a very little preparation, and that is you need to take the jokers out of the deck and put them away, because jokers are not needed in this trick. They're just going to get in the way. So we've removed the jokers. Next, you need to divide the deck into 2 parts. On one side, there will be only red cards, and on the other side, there will be only black cards. This is our little preparation that no one needs to know about. So we lay the red cards on top of the black cards. You can do it the other way around if you want. And now we need to bend the cards a little bit like this. This will be important in the future, and you'll know why. You can make a false shuffle to show as if the cards are shuffled. I do the most basic false shuffle. How I do it is I take a piece of cards, shuffle 5 cards one by one, like this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, and throw all the cards on my little finger. Then I take the bottom and shuffle 5 cards one by one again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, and throw it back. This is an elementary false shuffle, and as you can see, the order of the cards has not changed. Now I place this pile in front of the audience and divide it into 3 roughly equal parts. I take off about 1/3 of the deck from the bottom, then I take off half of it and put it next to each other. So I'm left with only red cards on the bottom. I'm left with only black cards on the top. And in the middle, I'm left with cards that are split about 50-50. Black cards on one side and red cards on the other. Ask your spectator to shuffle these edge piles. While he shuffles them, you, the magician, take that pile and shuffle 1 card at a time. That's it. Basically, you just swap the cards around. Notice the black ones have moved down and the red ones have stayed up. The spectator, of course, takes these piles, unsuspecting, and shuffles. He can do this quietly because it doesn't matter here how they are shuffled. The main thing is that all the red cards remain here. Then he takes the black pile, shuffles it the same way, and puts it here the same way. Notice, we've put the black cards here, and now we've put the black cards on top. We put the red ones on top. Alright, we're ready for the show. I take the deck like a magician and look through it. I say I'm going to make a little prediction. I find the first black card, which is the 8 of spades. I need to find a duplicate, which is the 8 of clubs. I look through the cards, saying I'm going to pick a card, I find the 8 of clubs and I put it here. That's my first prediction. Next, I look further and peek at the top card. It's the King of Diamonds, so I need to find its duplicate, which is the King of Hearts. I look at the cards, there it is, the King of Hearts. I put it aside and collect these cards. Next, I look at the cards again to divide them in half. I just separate the red cards from the black cards. I put the red cards here and I put the black cards here. So now ask your spectator to trim about 1/3 of the cards, turn them over and swap them, then trim about half again, and then trim almost all of them, but so that 2 or 3 cards from the bottom are left. So the spectator picks up some of the cards, turns them over and swaps them. Then he picks up about half of the cards, turns them over and swaps them again. Next, he trims about so that there are 2 or 3 cards left at the bottom, turns them over and swaps them. Now that it's all done, you as the magician have to flip one last time yourself. And this is where the fact that we curved the cards in the beginning comes in handy. Thanks to the fact that we bent the cards, we will have a small gap here. Notice this gap is where you have to lift the cards. It seems complicated. In fact, it's not difficult at all. You just take a relaxed hand and lift them approximately at this place. You do the same thing with the second pile. We take it, and with a relaxed hand, we trim it down in the middle of that gap, and we swap those cards again. After which you say, I knew in advance which cards you would choose because I am a magician and a sorcerer. And I put my predictions here right away. Turn it over. The spectator turns it over. Here he has the King of Diamonds. Here he has the 8 of Spades. You're saying that's what happened. I knew what cards you'd pick, so I put the duplicates here. With those words, you flip over the King of Hearts, and you flip over the Eight of Spades. But I promised you a double effect, remember? When you shuffled the cards, my dear spectator, when you swapped them, you unwittingly put aside on this side only black cards and on this side only red cards. That's the trick.